Okay, I think we are live. Hello, world! Welcome to an all-new episode of Mr. FLIXTER Show, Season 5. And I'm excited because it's horror week, and this week I got a highly underrated, fairly new horror comedy that I want to talk about. But first, I have a few birthdays and one death that I want to report. Excuse me, I apologize for not saying that correctly. There's a couple birthdays, and there's a death I'd like to report. And of course, the weekend box office update. So let's start the show, shall we? Roll the intro. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for clicking on my video. Hello, world! I'm Chris Maitini, aka Mr. FLIXTER. Mr. FLIXTER. Oh, here I am. I'm back. Okay, so for the first part of the show, if you're familiar with my channel, then you know the format. But if you're new to the show, then I have a typical format that I follow for each episode for each week. But I'm trying to do things slightly different this year. That's why I'm only sticking to one movie per episode. Kind of late in the load a little bit. But anyways, besides that, it's the same format. So I got birthdays and a death I want to talk about, and then the weekend box office update. So let's share the screen first of all, so I don't forget. Here we go. Put myself in the corner. Okay, so let's get to the birthdays. So, birthday that I would like to discuss. Kelly LeBrock. Let's get her picture up. Here we go. If it loads. Here we go. Kelly LeBrock was born on March 24th, 1960, in New York, New York. She just turned 66. Happy birthday, Kelly LeBrock. Now, you may not recognize the name, but I'm sure you recognize some of her work. Go away, not sponsored. Okay. Let's see. Like a dog with a squirrel. Squirrel! She's got 16 acting roles, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it's not the number of the roles, it's how impactful they are. Let's get to it. Okay, her last movie was Tomorrow's Today from 2021. Before that, she was in a TV movie called A Prince for Christmas in 2015. And let's see. She was in The Sorcerer's Apprentice in 2001. She was the evil wizard. Well, the one they worshipped. The Nicolas Cage movie when he was Merlin. That was cool. Okay, then she was in David Copperfield in 1993.
Wrongfully Accused was good too.
Wrongfully Accused, thank you, 1998. And her most famous role is Weird Science. She was Lisa in 1985. Good year. So happy birthday, Kelly LeBrock. Let's get your picture up here one more time. Oh, I missed that one. The Woman in Red, 1984. That one wasn't listed, but hey, that's cool. One more for you. Highly recommend all of those movies. Here she is. Happy birthday, Kelly LeBrock.
She looks so different now.
Yeah, she looks so different now. Almost unrecognizable.
Mm-hmm.
And the next birthday I want to talk about is Jennifer Grey. Go away. Not sponsored. Okay, here we go. Here's her picture. Get this nonsense out of the way. Here we go. She was born on March 26th, 1960. Also in New York, New York. What are the odds, eh? That wasn't planned. It was just random. Again, you may not be familiar with the name, but I'm sure once I start listing off the movies, I'll start jogging some memories. Let's get to it. Her most iconic role is probably Dirty Dancing, but she's been in other stuff too. Oh, there you go. She has 53 acting credits. Cool. Let's get to it. Her last movie was Wish You Were Here in 2025. She's just credited as Mom. Whoa, didn't mean to click that. Sorry. Go back. Here we go. Where were we? Okay. Uh-oh, not sponsored. Okay, cool. She's been in American Dad for 2 episodes in 2024. She was in Mortal Kombat Legends Cage Match. That's awesome. 2023. I didn't know she was in that. Oh, she was Serena. Okay, that's cool. Let's see. What else? Let's see. What stands out? She was in Grey's Anatomy for 3 episodes in 2019. Something called Duck, Duck, Goose. Interesting. 2018. Uh-oh, what happened? Uh-oh, I gotta stop clicking stuff. Sorry. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna stay away from the title. Go away. Not sponsored. Okay. She was in Red Oaks for 21 episodes in 2014 to 2017. Then she was in Phineas and Ferb. I didn't know that. 6 episodes from 2008 to 2014. Let's keep going. What else stands out? Oh, House. Oh, she was Abby. Oh, that's cool. For 1 episode in 2010. Okay. I used to watch it all the time, but I don't remember her in it. She was in John from Cincinnati for 3 episodes in 2007. And then Ritual in 2002. She was in Bounce in 2000. And Since You've Been Gone in 1998. Let's see. She was in Portraits of a Killer, 1996. She was in Red Meat, 1997. Just noticed that one. Oh, she was in an episode of Friends. in 1995. That's cool. Everybody's on that show, though. So many celebrity cameos. She was in Criminal Justice, a TV movie in 1990. There it is, Dirty Dancing, 1987. Oh yeah, she was also in Ferris Bueller's Day Off, 86. And then Red Dawn, 1984. It looks like her first movie was called Reckless from 1984. Interesting. Good stuff. Let's go back to the top. Get her picture up one more time. Here she is. Happy birthday, Jennifer Grey.
She's another one looks completely different.
Yeah, she looks so different. And now, sadly, I have a death to report. James Tolkien. Here's his picture. He was born on June 20th, 1960, in Calumet, Michigan. He passed away on March 26th, 2026, in Saranac Lake, New York. Unfortunately, I couldn't find a cause of death. It's too soon, I think. But may he rest in peace. Can we just get a moment of silence for James Tolkien, please? Thank you. I just wanted to add, he was 94 when he passed away. So let's take a look at his career, shall we? Okay. Obviously, there was Back to the Future. We'll get to that one. He's been in so much more. No, there you go. He's been in 81 acting credits. Wow. All right, let's get to it. Oh, apparently in 2020, there was something called the Back to the Future fan remake. Okay, cool. He came back as Mr. Strickland. Again, we'll get to Back to the Future. He was in Bone Tomahawk in 2015. Great movie, great Western horror movie. And then let's see what else. He was in Phil Spector in 2013. He was in Underworld. Oh, that might not be the one I'm thinking of. Hold on. That time I did mean to click it. Oh, yeah, that's not the same Underworld. Okay, cool. But still, he was in a movie called Underworld in 1996. Let's keep going. He was in the show Cobra for 22 episodes in 1993 to 1994. Oops. Okay. He was in Boiling Point in 1993. He was in The Wonder Years for one episode in 1993. And he was in Problem Child 2. That's awesome. And 1991. And he was in an episode of Tales from the Crypt as well. Also 1991. And he was in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air for one episode in 1990. And Dick Tracy, 1990. That's great. Here we go. He was in Back to the Future 3, also 1990. He was in Family Business in 1989. There's Back to the Future 2, my personal favorite of the franchise, from 1989. He was in something called True Blood, but again, probably not the one I'm thinking of because that was from 89. That's just funny. Oh, he was in the Equalizer show. Oops, what is going on here? Oh, I think I clicked an ad. Okay, cool. Back to where we were. Oh. We'll find it. Here we go. Now, where were we? A little further. Almost there. Said Fresh Prince, Dick Tracy. Here we go. Let's see, what else is here? Oh, he was in Masters of the... Oh, hold on, I'm getting ahead of myself. There was Viper in 1988, Miami Vice for one episode in 1987. He was in Masters of the Universe in 1987. And Remington Steele for 5 episodes from 1985 to 1987. There's a big one. Top Gun, 1986. And then here it is. Back to the Future. He played Mr. Strickland in 1985. If you're interested, I got a whole episode about the Back to the Future trilogy. It's on my channel. Feel free to watch it. Let's see, what else is here? He was in War Games in 1983. And an episode of American Playhouse. Interesting. 83. He was in Wolfen, 1981. And Amityville Horror. He was the coroner in 1979. Let's see. He was in something called The Werewolf of Washington. That sounds awesome. 1973. And it looks like his first TV show was something called Naked City in 1960. He was in one episode. Oops, didn't mean to click that. Too far. Let's see, where were we? Oh, I gotta go all the way back down. Okay. Let's see, it looks like his first movie. Once I get there, okay. His first movie was something called The Three Sisters in 1966. Okay, so that about wraps up his career. Let's get his picture up here one more time. Rest in peace, James Tolkien. You shall be missed. So this about wraps up the birthdays and the death report. Where am I? I'm right here. Okay. Wanted to make sure I click the right tab, and here I am. So now, let's get to the weekend box office update. Because we had some major releases come out last week, and they're worth talking about. All right, let's get to it. Share the screen. Now, what's up in the corner? Cool. Let's go to Box Office Mojo. So this was March 20th to March 22nd last week. So the number one movie last week was Project Hail Mary. Probably no surprise. That was a pretty anticipated movie. I think it looks pretty good. I haven't seen it yet, but I will. That made $80.5 million, and it's in over 4,000 screens. That's a lot of movie theaters. So that's a pretty successful opening weekend, I'd say. In number two, we have Hoppers dropping one spot. And wow, what a gap. That made $17.8 million. Whoa, that's huge. And it dropped 37.9%. But still, it's made $120 million so far. So I'm sure Pixar is pretty happy with that. It's pretty successful, especially for being an original movie, too. I'm very happy for Hoppers. Especially after Elio. That movie wasn't very good and it didn't do well. But that's because there was a lot of stuff going behind the scenes. But anyways, at number three, okay, I'm going to have a hard time with this one. Durandar. Sorry if I butchered that. The Revenge. I think that's an Indian movie. I'm not sure. It made $10 million. So that's pretty good considering it's in less than 1,000 theaters. Wow, that's actually very impressive. And it's made $14 million worldwide. So this is domestic. No, wait, this is domestic. It made $14 million domestically. Yeah, we'll get to international. Sorry. At number four, another new release is Ready or Not 2, Here I Come. It made $9 million, which is kind of disappointing. I thought it would get at least the second spot because the competition with Project Hail Mary, but here we are. So hopefully it has some legs and it gets its audience and it does better. At number five is Reminders of Him, dropping one spot. No, dropping 3 spots. It made $8 million. Ooh, it dropped 55.5%, just over half. But it still made $31.1 million, so that's pretty good. At number five, no, I just did 5. At number 6, what I get for trying to read a screen while I'm scrolling. Number 6 is Scream 7. It dropped 2 spots. It made $4.3 million. Ooh, but it also dropped almost half, 49.2%. But it still made $114.5 million. So I think that's the highest grossing Scream movie so far. It's doing very well. That means there's a lot of repeat viewers. I know I've seen it twice in theaters so far. So how many times have you seen Scream 7 in theaters? Comment below and we can talk about it. At number 7, we have Goat, dropping 2 spots. It made $3.4 million. And it dropped 26.7%. That's not too bad. It's about a quarter. It still made $97 million so far. So it's doing great. At number 9 is the Canadian horror movie Undertone. It dropped 5 spots though. Ouch. It made $3 million, but it dropped 66.8%. Ouch. Ooh, that's the highest one so far this week. Oh, look at that. We got something else here. All right, we'll get the Wuthering Heights. Okay. Undertone. It's made $15.2 million. So hopefully this one finds its audience too, because I'm all for supporting Canadian horror. And number 9 is something called the poo-poo fish, I guess. It made $1.3 million. And number 10 is Wuthering Heights. It only made $496,000. Not even $500,000 this week. That's why it dropped 70.3%. Wow. Ouch. And it lost over 1,000 theaters too. But it still made $80.3 million. So yeah, I think it might, well, it might not reach over 100, but I think it'll make its money back at least. That's something, right? Hopefully. I'm not sure what the budget was, but hopefully. Okay, rounding out the honorable mentions, 11 to 15, we have The King's Warden. Last week it was at 16, so this actually came up 5 spots. Good for them. It made $302,000. Well, really low box office last week, except for Project Hail Mary. Everybody went to go see that. And number 12 is The Bride, dropping 6 spots. It made $285,000. It dropped 86.3%. Holy crap. So yeah, this, I think it's safe to say, was a total bomb. Only making $12.5 million after 3 weeks. Ouch, I don't think this is going to be in theaters much longer. So if you are interested, you might be able to stream it if you're still interested. I'm still interested, though. I want to see, like, what it's like. What kind of movie did we get? You know, like, I'm always curious. So hopefully you're that way, too. Give movies a chance. Well, I think everything's worth watching at least once. And number 13 is Crime 101, the heist flick. It made $280,000 and it dropped 75.8%. Wow. A lot of them lost theaters too. The Bride lost the most, I think. 2,500, almost 26. But Crime 101 has made $36.3 million so far, and it's been on for 6 weeks. So that's more like that's another one. It didn't really make a whole lot. I don't think that's going to get its budget back either. But it didn't bomb like The Bride did. I would consider this to be a bomb, though. But anyways, Avatar 3 is number 14 with another 275,000. It's hanging in there. And it dropped 43%. So, you know, it's still getting less and less and less. But it's made $403 million domestically so far. So it's doing pretty well, I'd say. But it is the lowest grossing Avatar movie. Take that for what you will. And number 15. I can read. I Can Only Imagine 2. It made $245,000. It dropped 67%. So aside from Project Hail Mary, it was not a very good week at the box office. This one made $18.3 million. So that about rounds out the domestic portion of the weekend box office update. Kind of a disappointing weekend last week. Except for this one. Everybody went to go see this. Okay, so let's talk worldwide. Okay, the number 1 movie around the world is Pegasus 3. That is a Chinese movie, I believe, like an action movie. So I think it's made $609 million so far. I like how this shows too the domestic and then the foreign. So this tells me it hasn't really had a wide release in North America. But still, it's made over $1 million. So it's doing well. on this side of the world. Exceptionally well over here. China's a big market after all. And number 2 is Hoppers with $251 million. That's a huge gap. Wow. This might even get like no-show numbers last year. We'll see how it goes. And the foreign and the domestic is pretty even for this one. That's pretty cool. See, that makes up about half. Well, this picks up 99.8% of the box office. That's kind of funny. I haven't seen a number that high. Okay, number 3 is Wuthering Heights. So even though it didn't get a good weekend last week, it's still holding strong, $236 million. And again, actually it's making more in the foreign market. Interesting. Project Hail Mary shot up to number 4. It's opening weekend. Holy crap, that says a lot. $223 million worldwide. So it's pretty split there. Number 5 is Blades of the Guardians. That made $198.8 million. So again, this is more of a foreign market here. Number 6 is Scream 7. It made $191.5 million around the world. This one's more of a North American box office, or I should say like the Western Hemisphere. It's more than just North America. And then number 7 is Scare Out with $186.9 million. There's no domestic here, so that tells me it hasn't been released on this side of the world. Yeah, that's, see right there, 100% of the box office is foreign. Still, that's pretty good. And number 8 is Goat with $176.2 million. And again, that one's pretty fairly split. Oh, wrong way. Number 9 is Boonie Bears, The Hidden Protector, $139.3 million. This is another one, strictly foreign. Still, it's making a lot. Number 10 is The King's Warden with $98.9 million. And again, huge foreign market. So hopefully these ones get a wider release so we get a chance to see them. And then rounding out the honorable mentions, 11 to 15, is the Sam Raimi survival horror movie, Send Help, with $93.9 million. This one I thought would make more. I'm kind of surprised that hasn't made more. It's gotten really good word of mouth, and it's been pretty good reviews. So hopefully it breaks 100 million. I'd be happy for Raimi. At number 12 is, oh boy, here we go again. Durandar. Sorry if I butchered that. The Revenge. It made 86 million, so it's opening weekend. It's already in the top 15. That's pretty good. At number 13 is Hamlet. I had to make sure I was reading that right. That's cool. I didn't know there was a new Hamlet movie. Oh, that's why. It's strictly foreign. But that's okay. That's awesome. I love Hamlet. $78.4 million. At number 14 is Crime 101. It made $71.7 million. And number 15 is Reminders of Him with $60.3 million. And this one, well, that one's pretty even, but this one is more of a domestic box office. So there we go. This about wraps up the weekend box office update. Where am I? So it's gonna be just interesting to see if this one cracks $1 billion, because it's already got over half. Well, it's already over halfway there. So I'll keep an eye on it as the weeks progress, and I'll keep you updated. Okay, where am I? Here I am. Kind of. Remove. Here I am. So now, I'm very happy to review Getaway. Like I was saying in the beginning of the episode, it's a very highly underrated film, because I hadn't even heard about it until a couple weeks ago when my sister recommended it to me, and then we watched it together, and I thought it was great. I was so excited about it. I had to talk about it on the show. But I'm going to be very vague about it too, because this is the kind of movie where the less you know about it, the better. So let's get to IMDb. Share the screen. Because if I don't talk myself through it, I will forget. It's happened before. So let's see. IMDb. Rest in peace, James Tolkien. So I'm not even going to read the description that they have at IMDb this time like I would usually. Oh, here we go. Getaway. They would have to be careful with the kind of pictures I show. Okay, Getaway. This movie came out in 2024. It was directed by Stefan Hars. It was written by Nick Frost. It stars Nick Frost and Isla B. Couldn't find the budget for this one, but it only made $179,897. So I'm not sure if that's because it wasn't advertised or if it didn't get a wide release or what. But I do know that it's currently playing on Shudder. That's how I watched it, and I'm in Canada. So if you're in Canada, you can watch this right now on Shudder. Okay, let's get to the review, shall we? Oh, sorry, just grabbing a drink. My throat's really dry tonight for some reason. Okay, so here's a little synopsis that I wrote up for it. A British family travels to the remote Swedish island of Svalta for their Karantän festival. However, the locals were cold and seemed to be hiding something. Oh, here I am. So, will this family vacation make you say, how sweet it is? All right, let's talk about this movie. I got a lot to talk about today. I'm very excited to talk about this too. Okay. So, while set in Sweden, the movie actually takes place in Tampere, Finland. Sorry, it was filmed in Tampere, Finland. Post-production took place in the UK. So this is a foreign film. I love foreign films because they have a completely different approach to movies than the way Hollywood does it. Everything from like the writing, the directing, acting, the way they think about stuff. It's completely different. It's such a fresh take on how to make movies. I love it. This poster is really cool too. I just want to point this out. These masks do come into play. People wear them in the movie, but they're flipped upside down, so it makes you look at it. And then you got the blood here, and it draws your eye down to the title. And then again, the blood on the title draws your eye down to the people. That's where I talked about this in my poster ranking for Friday the 13th. So I love the design of this poster, the way it just guides your eye down. Very clever. Very simple too. You got the family there. And then you got the people here upside down. It creates mystery. Like, what is going on here? And then I like how the two kids are framed between the two parents. Good composition. Sorry, I got sidetracked. I just like the poster. But yeah, like I was saying, the director Hars does a really good job of capturing both the serene beauty of this island that they shot the movie on and keeping a bleak, creepy atmosphere. One location movies work best when the environment is a character in itself. And the wide shots of Svalta give this an immense sense of isolation. Let's see if I can get a picture of Svalta. Hold on. Because they really do have beautiful shots of this island. Let's just scroll down. But again, I got to be careful with what I show you. Don't want to give anything away for this one. Go away. Not sponsored. Oh, I have to scroll. Fair enough. Yay, filter stuff right. Go away. Not sponsored. Okay, do they have island pictures? No. Okay. No. Okay. Back to the poster. There we go. But yeah, the scenery is beautifully shot. I would like to go visit this island just to like walk around it. It'd be so cool. The effectiveness of the world building comes from immediate implications that this poster child yet naive nuclear family is going to a bad place. All the locals they encounter along the way warn them not to go. There's a lot of subtle hints and clues that something sinister is permeating in the background that's unseen. So it creates a really good mystery. I was immediately hooked. What the hell is going on here? Who can we trust? Who to believe? When they do arrive to witness this play of the retelling of the island's history for this festival that they're going to, they aren't welcomed by the locals at all. Except for the one man that they're renting an Airbnb from. So, this instills a nice blend of horror elements and it counteracts the dry wit nicely. If you love dry wit like British humor, you're going to like this. And the editing adds a quirky energy similar to an Edgar Wright film, but not that unabashedly ballistic. And I mean that in a good way. The musical cues matched with people reacting never gets old. Someone will say something, like they'll say where they're going, and people will stop. And it's just funny the way that the music drops and stuff. It's so good. So as I said, it was written by Nick Frost, and he does a good job establishing characters, their dynamics, and the world they inhabit by subverting horror cliches. This is a great parody film of classic like vacation horror movies. So, what's your favorite vacation horror movie? Leave comments below and we can talk about it. Some of the cliches that I was talking about include the outsiders visiting an isolated village in a far off foreign location. They have a secret pagan cult. There's cheerful people doing horrifying things. They have ritual human sacrifice involving cannibalism, folk horror elements, and a conflict between modern beliefs versus old religion. But again, I'm being very vague with the cast. That's all I'll mention. There's a family, they want to go there, and they got there. What happens? You have to watch the movie to find out. Because it's going to be a spoiler free review. Now let's talk about this cast. Let's get some pictures up here. It's a great cast. I don't even want to show like any video or anything because I went into this completely cold, and I recommend you do the same. So I'm trying to keep it cold for you. That sounded weird. That sounded better in my head. Okay, go. Let's filter these. I just want still frames. Okay. Go away, not sponsored. So let's see what we have to deal with here. Okay, I'll go with this one. So, okay, cool. Nick Frost plays Richard. He's the chipper, optimistic patriarch of the Smith family. He delivers his typical charming, dry wit with enough vigor to make the Energizer Bunny envious. He's got so much energy in this, it's uncanny. It's hilarious to see him all chipper and happy and bouncing around. Hey, what's this? What's going on? But he's completely oblivious to his surroundings. In fact, watching him obliviously stumble his way through this hazardous vacation is delightfully droll. But I'm kind of biased, though. I think he's good in everything that he's in. But over here, hold on, I can get a better picture than that. But yeah, Nick Frost is great. Go away. So if you like his typical kind of banter, then you'll like him in this too. It's right up your alley. Can I get a better picture of them all? This is the better one. It's head on. There we go, right there. That's Isla B. She plays Susan, the equally amusing, quaint wife, and the mother of the family, of course. She enthusiastically, I'll try reading that again. She's enthusiastically bubbly while bouncing off her cohorts. She carries her role with impeccable comedic timing. Her tonal commitment shows the power of her visual reactions. And through her reactions, we can see vulnerability, we can see the kind of risk-taking that she takes as an actor, and she shows this adaptability while also delivering great dramatic acting. There's a good balance there. She could be funny, but then she could be serious when need be. Those are all strengths of a good actor. And it was driving me nuts because I thought I recognized her, and it was driving me crazy. And I didn't even know it until I looked it up after the movie. She plays the mom in Home Alone 6. I knew I'd seen her from somewhere. Comment below if that's ever happened to you. When you're like, oh, I can't put my finger on it. And then you have to look it up. You're like, oh, I should have known that. The two of them together, they have tremendous chemistry too. Ricocheting off each other like stray bullets in a steel room. The best chemistry, in my opinion, is performed by well-prepared actors committed to the moment, responding to their scene partners with the ability to listen intently. So the way that they, it's hard to explain, but you'll see what I mean. Like the way that they bounce off each other is just, it's hard to mimic stuff like that. Like they have a really good rapport. They're very comfortable with each other, especially the way they like share lingering stares or like subtle glances. It feels natural. Their intimacy comes across with this unspoken connection. And they have this frequent lighthearted teasing that they do, which signifies a comfortable, genuine rapport. They're great together. Sebastian Croft, this guy here, plays Sam, their sullen son. He unabashedly plays the part with angsty fervor. It's bad enough cynicism like no tomorrow. And then this girl, that's Macy Ayers. She plays Jessie. She plays the innocent type well, with this underlying smarmy side. Her sharp, deadpan sarcasm is only outmatched by her silent behavior. Particularly, I mean, like her body language, the way her character reacts to certain people and situations is just hilarious. I couldn't help but laugh out loud. Just the faces she makes sometimes. Sometimes that's all you need. Not funny lines, just make a funny face. It shows restraint too in both writing and acting. But I do appreciate how each of the main characters is written with a distinct voice. Their individuality complements each other, so it's conceivable that they're a family unit. It's not all sunshine and rainbows. They disagree, they bicker, that they don't get along all the time, and it shows. And it's good that they can do that. That balance is always good when it comes to family dynamics. And then Anita Sukari, sorry if I butchered that. Let's see if I can get her picture. I think I did see her. Actually, let me just check to see if there's any comments. Nope, no comments. Okay, no problem. See if I can find this woman. And there she is. Yeah, see the way that's built? Sorry if I butchered that. That's a good picture of her. She plays Clara, the matriarchal public figure of Svalta, adamant about how she must protect her culture from outsiders. Her conviction to antagonistically dissuade the Smiths is as comical as it is creepy. She takes the cliche she portrays to such zaniness that her versatility between horror and horrific shines like the North Star. She's the highlight of the film, I gotta say. She's just so good. She shoots the scenery. She knows what kind of movie she's in. And this is the kind of movie you can't take seriously at all, but I'll explain that a little bit more later on. It's totally a spoof movie. And that's great too, because they haven't made one of these in a long time. So love a good spoof movie. And I'm looking forward to Scary Movie 6. Comment below if you're looking forward to Scary Movie 6 as well. That trailer looks hilarious. But like I was saying about Clara. Actually, no, I finished Clara. Okay, moving on. Yeah, Clara's great. She's a great villain. Very good casting there. She's perfect for the part. Go away, not sponsored. Let's see if I can find him. I think I saw him. This is a better picture. This guy. This is Iro Milinov. Sorry if I butchered that. All these European names are hard. Sorry. I don't speak Swedish or Finland or whatever their names are. I apologize. But he plays Mats. He's the owner of the Airbnb in Svalta that he's the one renting it to the family. His kindly demeanor, coupled with his uncouth behavior, makes his performance stand out too. He's actually the antithesis of Clara, because he wants to welcome outsiders to the island while she wants to keep them out. So throughout the movie, they have this back and forth, this conflict, and it's really good. I like the scenes they have together when they argue. How he clashes with her, but how he treats the outsiders is an interesting side plot too, and that's a lot of subtle social commentary that I appreciate, which I don't really have to explain. Just think about that for like 2 seconds, and you know exactly what I'm talking about. But yeah, their dynamic is fascinating. And then we got the cop. Let's see if I can find the cop. Detective Forsberg. He's played by Ville Virtanen. Again, sorry if I butchered that. Many apologies. Many apologies. Let's see if I can get a good picture of him. There we go, right here. He's the stern, crusty old detective. He's also the straight man amongst the chaos, or the quote unquote Nick Angel character, if you've seen Hot Fuzz. His stoicism is essential as the grounding force that makes all the absurdity of the comedic situations land even harder. He also has impeccable comedic timing and restraint, which provides perfect setup and payoff for punchlines, which is why he's such a good comic foil. Just seeing his deadpan reactions and his deadpan delivery, just thinking about it makes me laugh. And then we got the rest of the supporting cast. All these townspeople are worth noting too, because it's really funny. I've seen this movie a few times, and it's so funny. I can't help but laugh. Just thinking about it makes me laugh. I've seen a movie that made me laugh this hard in a long time. But some of these people, like these people here, come on, yeah. See, there's Clara, but then there's like these people here, and then the people on the boat, and then the people in the restaurant. Basically, all the people that they come across on the way to the island. Here's another one, like this guy. And then go away. Not sponsored. Here they are. I thought I saw them. These are the restaurant owners. It's so funny. They give such over the top reactions, and it never gets old because they'll ask them, "So where are you headed?" And then they'll tell them, and then like whenever somebody hears it, the name Svalta, the people like they'll stop and they'll like do like an audible gasp, like "Whoa!" Or they like drop their plates, or they like spit out their drink, and it's like a running gag throughout the movie, and it's hilarious. I just love those visible reactions. It's such a classic comic spoof moment, and they use it very well. One thing I haven't mentioned yet is the costume designs for this cult. I love some of these masks. And then maybe I can show some. There's a good picture. You can sort of see there's one of the masks. And then I love this one with the eyes and the wide mouth. It's very creepy. And then there's another photo. Go away. Not sponsored. Torches. There we go. Here's the cult. There's that creepy drum mask again. And then, oh yeah, here we go. You can see all the masks here. There's that one, there's here. I just like the design of them. Very creepy. Very cool looking. Let's leave that picture right there. So, overall, I think this vacation will certainly make you say how Swede it is. Those of you who enjoy dark, bloody comedies that don't take themselves too seriously are sure to enjoy this deceptive spook film that parodies the misadventures of vacationer stereotypes to conceal vastly more wicked intentions. At less than 90 minutes, though, it does feel rushed at times, skipping over details just to reach the finish line. I think it could have been at least 20 minutes longer, so it's closer to the 2 hour mark, just so I could fully flesh out some more of these side characters and the world around them. The stuff they have there is good, but they built up so much good stuff, and they have such setup that some stuff was kind of sidelined. They could have built up so much more. Because while the world building is strong, a lot of the side characters are one-dimensional. There's not a whole lot of complexities to them aside from get off my island. They could have explored the why. And I do have to mention that the film does depict two dead animals. It shows a seagull and a raccoon. So you've been warned. And I want to have a word with filmmakers out there. Stop killing animals in movies, especially horror movies. People don't like it. I feel better now. But beyond that, fans of British dry wit and dark comedy are really going to appreciate this script because it mocks folk horror tropes from the likes of Midsommar or The Wicker Man or the more recent Apostle. But this is more in the same vein of like Shaun of the Dead or Hot Fuzz. You could watch those three movies in a row and they would all fit together pretty well. Which leads me to my next point. I can't help but wonder what this film would have looked like if Edgar Wright directed it and Simon Pegg was a co-writer and a co-star. It's great that they have their own respective careers, sure, but they haven't collaborated in so long that it would have been nice for them to get together again. Because this movie's really good, but I can't help but wonder what that movie would have looked like. You know what I mean? Because the follow-up to Shaun of the Dead was Hot Fuzz, and then the follow-up to that one was World's End, I think, and that was very disappointing. So I really hope they get together to make one more movie together at least. But that's not to detract from the artistic merit of this film. It's great on its own as it stands. That's just kind of a what-if scenario that's been itching at my brain. Frost proves he can carry a film without them. It's still a fun, absurdist, entertaining watch for anyone who loves a great WTF finale. It makes rewatching fun too because makes you look for little subtle clues that you might not have seen the first time that you watched it, or not even like thought to look for it. You know what I mean? And I love the dialogue in this movie too. The way that it's written is really funny. There's a lot of snappy back and forth dialogue. Again, that's that classic British wit. I really have to highlight the British humor in this. It's so funny. So I mean, it's on the same level of those other two movies. I don't want to detract from this one. This is not a bad movie. Let's get the poster up one more time. I've only got a few issues with it, and really, those are just nitpicky things. I struggled to find issues with this movie. It's so enjoyable. So here's the poster one more time. See if there's any comments. No comments. Okay. Let's see. Here I am. Here I am. So, my official grade for Getaway from 2024 is an extra large popcorn. So, this concludes tonight's episode. I hope you enjoyed my review of Getaway and my editions of the Weekend box office update, as well as my birthday death segment. I still don't really have a name for that. I'll come up with something eventually. And next week, not quite sure what I'm going to do, but stay tuned at the same time. Last year I did my time at 9:30, but I think I'm going to push it back an hour. And from now on, I'm going to start my live streams at 10:30 p.m. on Saturday nights. So I'll see you next week. And thank you for tuning in. Please like and subscribe if you want to see more. Hold on, let's try that again. Uh-oh. I didn't stop sharing the screen. Here we go. Try that again. At the movies. Okay. One more time. So, until next time. I'll see you at the movies. Have a great day. Did you know that I'm a film critic for HorrorBuzz.com? You can read my reviews on their website, and I make frequent appearances on their YouTube channel, HorrorBuzz Live. I'll leave links below for that too. And remember, this getaway has a way of getting to you. Have a good night.